All right. Get the get down in the other position. All right, so we're starting up a campaign of Bannerlord in the Old Realms, which is a Warhammer mod for Bannerlord. And we're gonna in the previous version of Old Realms, one of my favorite things to do is start a campaign as sorry, maybe a crash. Yeah, one of my favorite things that I used to do was start off as Bretonia or Empire, and then role play that my character would like fall into chaos basically, and go and excuse me, and then go and join chaos and fight for chaos. But yeah, being the War in the Mountains, the new mod that came out, there's they've made it so that basically it's really hard to have any meaningful chaos playthrough. You can't really recruit chaos troops even through captives, and yeah, basically it's it's just way more painful now. So but we found some workarounds. So there's a couple of things you can do. So you can still join the chaos faction as long as you're not part of another faction. So as long as you're a mercenary or just unaligned or whatever, then you can leave your current faction and join chaos. So you can still join the faction, right? But you can't get any chaos troops, right? However, when the first faction that you join as a vassal, then you get given a free army usually, right? So that free army that you still get that apparently when you join chaos. So we get a one-off infusion of chaos troops. We get chaos warriors and stuff, a small amount of chaos warriors, some Norskin troops and stuff. Hopefully we'll get them. I have had it happen where it just sort of bugged out and I just didn't get the army at all. So yeah, but anyway, we do get a one-off group where we do get the army. The other thing is if chaos takes over a settlement, so if I'm part of the chaos faction, previously, if Chaos owned a faction, you could go there and recruit Chaos troops from the villages like you can with any other faction. But now the troops are faction locked, right? So you can't do that. However, if the Chaos faction takes over a settlement and then your native faction, like the Empire, takes the settlement back from Chaos, then it becomes an Empire settlement, which means you can recruit from it. However, it'll take a little bit of time for the population to change from Chaos back to Empire. So in that initial time period, you'll still be able to recruit Chaos troops, even though it's no longer Chaos and it now belongs to Empire. So basically, there's we'll get a one-shot infusion of Chaos troops, and we'll be able to very occasionally recruit some more Chaos troops. So basically, my plan is that we're going to try and do a Chaos run. But we're going to start off as like a cultist working within the Empire, but trying to like destroy the Empire from the inside or whatever. And then once we've like got enough Chaos stuff going on, once we've got enough power and everything, then we'll like join Chaos openly and go and try and fight for them and stuff. So that's kind of the plan. Also, they made it so you can't loot Chaos Warrior armor. So just to add insult to injury, so you can't loot Chaos Warrior armor. But you can still buy Chaos gear from Chaos shops, I believe. So if we conquer settlements for Chaos, then we can still go and buy Chaos shit from their shops. So that could still be an option. Anyway, so yeah, so I feel like they've fucked up the Chaos playthrough pretty badly, but I feel like, and it's going to be kind of nearly impossible, but I feel like we can still maybe make it happen. You know, it just might be really hard and really painful. So that's kind of the plan. But anyway, we'll switch over to the new stream and we'll give it a shot. So Chaos is not actually fully implemented yet. You can't start off as a Chaos playthrough just generally. But what I'm talking about is sort of doing a workaround to kind of roleplay as Chaos and actually join the in-game Chaos faction. But you start off as, you know, Empire or Bretonia or whatever, and just roleplay as like a fallen hero that was, you know, trained to be a glorious warrior priest or whatever, but then he's like become corrupted and evil. So that's what we're rolling as now. Okay, so we're going to start as Empire of Man today. And I'll get one of my remade Bannerlord characters. No, well, let me do that one. That was a dwarf. There we go, this guy. All right, this guy's fine. And my stream stuff. So yeah, so Chaos is actually a planned faction, and they're going to have like bespoke mechanics for Chaos, and you're going to actually be able to be a real Chaos champion or a cultist and kind of level up and stuff. But yeah, but at the moment you can't do that. But you can. But yeah, we can still do our workaround method of making a Chaos champion. So that's what we'll do today. He looks pretty badass, but I think he's meant to be a cultist, not a Norse. This guy's more like a Norscan warrior. So we need to, but he's low key at the moment. So we'll, you know, later on he'll get into his full Norscan warrior vibe once he joins the tribes of the Dolgan or whatever up north. But for the moment, we'll just keep our civilized looks. Yeah, I suppose that's pretty good. Looks like an Empire character. All right, nice. Actually, yeah, no, it's pretty good. Yeah. Civilized enough, yeah. He's civilized enough. Okay, so my plan for how to try to... So I've got a bit of a plan. So my plan is that we're going to try to go for maximum medicine, which will give our troops plus 80 hit points, and also give us the maximum chance to... Thanks, glad you're here. Maximum chance for our troops to survive if they die in battle. So I want to go for maximum medicine, but I also want to go for... 8 points in spellcraft, so that I can get up to 300 spellcraft, which means I'll be able to do double enchants. So we'll go for 8 points in discipline. So we go for 7 points in discipline initially, and then we get a free point from gunpowder, and then we put once we put 7 points in discipline, all the rest of the points go into intelligence, so we can get maximum medicine, and that be the plan. So we don't want social, don't want endurance, don't want cunning, we don't want vigor, we don't want vigor. So none of these stats are the ones we want. So we'll take endurance, next best thing. Okay, now we've got a choice of discipline with some points in engineering, cultist, medicine, steward. That looks pretty good. Now we go for cultist, so we get more level up our magic faster. And then we're going to go for Magister Apprentice. Your steward levels up passively just by having troops. Yeah, that's true. It levels up faster if you've got troops and you've got all the different types of food. So yeah, you want to have you want to have 7 plus 7 plus 7 morale bonus from food. That's how you know that you've got the most, you know. Cultists for the roleplay, yeah, exactly. Merc brand of the Eightfold Bane. Nice. All right, I'll pop up the max skills matrix here. So this little graphic here shows you what level you need to have in a particular stat in order to get what level max skills. So yeah, so we want to get to excuse me. So we want to get to 300 in magic. So with 5 points in spellcraft, we need to have 8 points in discipline, right? So we can get 1 free point from gunpowder, so we need 7 points plus 1, 302. And then for medicine, we want to get to 330. So we need to have 10 points in medicine, basically. Yeah. With 3 points in endurance, if we want to get to 225 to get the extra endurance point, then we need to have 5 points in blacksmithing. So we'll just go straight up for 5 points in blacksmithing. Well, I'm not sure what we'll do with trade yet, but we'll see how we go. Now, the other thing we want to look at is your perks, career perks. So there used to be a lot of different career perks, a lot of different skills that would feed into the Empire Magister, but they got rid of them all. So now I think there's no career, like there's no skills that feed into your career ability as Magister now. It's just spellcraft. So you basically wins magic, you get every second up to 10 seconds. You get 2% of your winds of magic back. So for 10 seconds, you get 20% of your winds of magic back, basically. While channeling, you're more vulnerable, blah, blah. Every second keystone unlocked give you +1 Arcane Conduit. So it used to be every keystone, now it's every second keystone. And for every 50 levels in Spellcraft, Arcane Conduit's duration increases by 1 second. So basically we're going to get to 300, so it'll increase by 6 seconds. So we'll have 16 seconds, so we'll be able to get 32% of our total winds of magic back instead of 20%, so a little bit more. And we get extra magic for every keystone, every second keystone that we have. This one gives you +1 charge of Arcane Conduit as well as being a keystone, so it gives you half a charge. This one gives you +1 charge as well as not being keystone, so we get both of those. We get 2 extra charges plus a half so we'd have 3 extra if we got both of those. But no skills scaling. Used to be like, medicine scales it or whatever. So there's no skills that scale it now, as far as I can tell. Arcane Conduit applies to companions, so we can get our get our magic back for our companions as well. Another +1 charge for Arcane Conduit as well. Another +1 charge for Arcane Conduit. So yes, okay, so they all give you +1 charge now. So you kind of get more charges actually than you used to before, because before only one of them I think gave you +1 charge, but all the keystones gave you a full charge as well. Whereas now all the keystones give you half a charge, plus most of them give you a full charge as well. So yeah. But anyway, so basically whenever you create a character, and check this to see what skills affect your career ability, scale your career ability, and yeah, so none. Basically, the career ability is based on spellcraft, and that's it. So we don't need to worry about this too much right now. We can come back and have another look at it. We'll have a look at it later on to see what else we can max out or whatever, but yeah, for now we don't need to worry about it. All right, so we're going to go for Magister Apprentice, and I think I'm going to go for Gyran, the Green Wind. So you can choose all these different winds of magic. The only winds of magic, you can get all of these on companions as well, except for death. There's no death companion yet. I imagine they might add one later on, but yeah, for now there's no death companion. Yeah, I want to get, for my Chaos Warriors, to make them invincible, I want to have shields up, and yeah, Gyran the Green Wind gives you a shield and it gives you a heal, and later on it gives you a pretty good damage ability, I think. But I haven't tried it out actually, but maybe I have tried it out, but yeah, not much. But anyway, but yeah, I think I'm gonna go for life. Yeah, life's okay as long as you get up to 200. Once you get up to 200 winds of magic, 200 spellcraft, it's pretty good. But below that, it's kind of hard to level it up through damage. Like you won't go up as fast as you would if you were like a damage one. If you want to kind of go for as fast leveling as possible, probably fire is the best, but fire's a bit one-dimensional. All you can do is blow shit up, whereas with life magic you can do shields, you can heal, you can slow things down, you can do a big damage spell as well with Menace Below, the Dwellers Below. Yeah, so light's good because you can do healing as well as a shield, as well as rooting people in place, which is really cool. Blue Winds, as of the Blue Winds, got Celestial's got a shield as well, physical resist shield that you can do AoE on your troops. But it's also got some damage at low level, so it's sort of in between life and fire, I guess, because you got the shield that life's got, but you also got a bit of damage, but nowhere near as good as fire. Gold's good as well because it's also got a shield. It's also got a damage buff for your troops. And it's doesn't have good damage at low level really, but later on you can get okay damage. But yeah, anyway, so we're gonna go for this. Also, the damage spell that you got has got like tentacles all whipping around, which I think is pretty cool for a chaos kind of chaos sorcerer incised style playthrough. All right, Mercbrand of the Eightfold Bane. Where's the chaos cult symbols? Maybe a tree? Like an evil tree? Maybe this has got 8 star. It's an 8-pointed star, but hidden inside a sun, so no one knows. What magic does the Death Wizard have? Magic? Death magic? I feel like you already answered that with your question. If you want to know what specific spells they've got, you can look it up on the manual. Here's a link to the manual. But yeah, if you go down the manual, there's a spell. There's a spell thing. Where's the spell thing? There we go, spells. Spells. Yeah, so you can have a look quickly. So yeah, Ashes and Dust, which is decent death damage spell. 50%, yeah, you can do a 50% magic resistance shield. Pretty cool. Drain life force from enemies to heal yourself. Purple mist damage, like damage spell, a Caress of Lenif. I think somebody said that's pretty good. I haven't tried it yet. Taste of Death. Massive single target damage. That's basically Spirit Leech. Purple Sun of Xerius, big AoE damage. And Fate of Buna. I haven't tried that out, but yeah, another damage spell. So yeah, a bunch of damage spells. Although you have got like a single, you have got a heal yourself thing. It doesn't heal your troops like life does, but you can heal yourself with it. Yeah. Sorry, I have this up, but I wasn't showing it. But yeah, those are all the spells. All right, very well indeed. Something like that looks a bit sort of culty. That's technically got 8 points. Life, the main thing about life is that when you're trying to level up from low level, it doesn't have any much damage. But if you play as a Majesty, you can just train up, so you can skip that. You can skip those lower levels, so it's not so bad. Yeah, it's kind of thinking just like something like that. I feel like it looks a bit ominous. It's not like overtly chaos, so we can still hide in plain sight. But like, you know, but those who know, you know. Perfect. Merkbricht of the Eightfold Path. Oh, God damn it. Alright. Okay, Bannerlord, hardest difficulty, Iron Man mode, realistic battle and all that. Isn't the fist symbol to use, like Red Corsair's thing going on? The fist? I don't know if there is a fist. There's a dwarf fist. Where's the dwarfs? I think the dwarfs have a fist, and that might be only in game. You can't actually use it. No, the dwarf fist is. There's an imperial fist symbol that one of the characters got. Something like that could be kind of cool as well. Just like a mysterious, weird symbol, like a hand. The hand is pretty crazy. The hand of chaos. Yeah, no, I feel like this is kind of cool because it's like you know, we could just say it's the blessed light of the comet of Sigmar, you know. Huzzah. But really, no, it's just a modified chaos, 8-pointed chaos star. All right, let's get ready to be evil, but secretly evil, so no one will know. The Urukaya. So I'm gonna pray at this shrine, but really we're profaning it. We're just, you know, urinating in the holy water and daubing chaos symbols in blood and feces on the walls. Dwarfs are in the mod. Yep. Yep, indeed. Alright, here's Karl Franz. We'll nip over and talk to him.
That's close enough. Who are you?
We'll join Karl Franz as his personal wizard. Alright, so we've got magic bolt, and we've got drain life. Yeah, drain life doesn't do much damage, unfortunately. Fire damage, lightning damage, winds of magic capacity, winds of magic. Okay, we'll take this one. 3 winds of magic. The hand goes hard as a symbol, in my opinion. Yeah, I think the hand's pretty good. It looks pretty creepy and like chaosy and stuff. Trying to break the game. Yeah, they're trying to stop me from playing chaos. And I'm like, no. Mercy's powers of subverting the game to play whatever the fuck he wants is too powerful. You cannot stop me. I'm still going to play chaos. I'm going to make it work. Just going to be really, really hard. So yeah, so we go as a hired sword for a while, and we're only making like 31 gold at a time per day at the moment. But our spellcraft is like powering up. So yeah, see, this is self-targeted buffs. I don't know for sure, but I assume that self-targeted buffs doesn't mean if you cast it on yourself, but it means if you have a buff that just automatically like targets on yourself. And I think maybe the excuse me. I think maybe the physical resist buff that life gets is one of the ones that's targeted on yourself. So we might be able to do super long duration with that. And it's already the longest. It's already the longest duration one there is. It goes for 80 seconds. So if that makes it go even longer, it'll just be like on there forever, basically. I'll level up. So we're just going to pump all our points into spellcraft so we can get our spellcraft up as fast as possible. I think next update is playable chaos. No, last I heard they've said they hadn't decided what the next update will be. The next big update's not for at least like 6 months away anyway. But yeah, I think they're just doing patches and stuff at the moment on War in the Mountains, and last I heard they hadn't decided what the next big update that they're going to work towards is. But yeah, I think chaos is like they're going to do chaos soon, and the next thing they probably do is going to be Kislev, because Kislev's in between Empire and Chaos, so they're probably going to do Kislev and then Chaos. Or maybe they'll do Kislev and Chaos at the same time and do a bigger update, you know? Or maybe they'll decide to do Skaven or something else or whatever. Hey Mercy, I think they finally nerfed throwing daggers for sniping. I could have sworn I used them in my first 1.4, but now they're nerfed. Still think they're more cost effective. The amount of material get refined. Blah, blah, blah. No worries, Resho. Yeah. No, yeah, they were nerfed when I played last year. But this is based on 1.3, in which they still have the good ingots, so you can still use tribesman daggers. Pujos are gone, but you can still use tribesman's daggers. You have to get them from the Orc settlement if you're playing old realms. But in vanilla, yeah, there's no more tribesman daggers. Oh, there is. They're still there, but they're just not good anymore. We're forced to join the battle, unfortunately. I would have liked to avoid it, so I could just keep training in safety. I don't even have a horse. But you know what we can do though? If we find somebody who's got a gun, we need to find where the archers are. Where's the archers? We need to find a gun guy, and when he dies, we pick up his gun. Oh yeah, here's some gun guys. Alright, let's go over here. So when one of these gun dudes gets shot, I'm going to pick up his gun and start going for it. It's cool because if you pick up a gun on the battlefield, it doesn't matter what you don't need the skill requirement. So I can just pick up any guy's like super high skill level gun and just go ham. Yeah, hopefully this guy's going to die and I can get his gun. Yeah, keep shooting him. Yeah, nice. Nice. I've got a gun now. I missed. Hey, I got someone. How much did I get? 13 points in gunpowder. Nice. Hey, you got another point. Nice. Leveling up my gun. This is not a bad little siege. Nice. But that was a headshot as well. Yeah, nice. Getting pretty good with this rifle. I'm a bit of a crack shot. I'm not really hitting much, it's mainly hitting the battlements, but oh no, it still did do some damage, just didn't like kill anyone, but oh, that sucked. Trying to target my spell on something. I should be able to target these guys, but don't have the right angle maybe. Trying to get some more magic. I'll hit my own guys, but it's alright, still get magic skill ups. That was close, I feel like that was kind of close. Not seeing any red highlight. Oh, there we go. Yeah, nice. Nailed him. That was one of ours. A friendly fire there. Can you heal yourself at the end so you can train yourself without continue training without a delay? I could if I had healing, but I don't have a healing spell, so even though I'm life, I don't have any healing until you get to 100. Killed an Iron Drake torpedo and stole his gun with 25 ammo during a siege. Terrible strategy that he died. Yeah, nice. Nice. Nailed that guy. I've got my usages, done all my usages. I try and go up the tower so we get an angle to shoot some more of these miscreants. Oh, here we go. Can't shoot through that. Oh, he's one of ours. You can't reload while you're climbing, I guess. I didn't like how they're like right on the top of the ladder like that. Oh, he's one of ours. Sorry, my bad. Oh, fuck. Oh. Yeah, I don't know if I probably won't get any renown over that now, but it's alright. I don't know, still got renown. Nice. So now, unfortunately, I'm going to get no, basically just get no XP now for ages because I'm wounded. So that kind of sucks. As long as we're in the settlement, though, at least our healing rate's +8 being inside the settlement, so that's kind of good, I guess. But, oh, we went up heaps of levels just then. kind of want medicine so I can train faster. Then I kind of want blacksmithing because there's nothing else we can do now apart from blacksmith. But that's alright. We'll sell our Bright Wizard robe. We don't need that. I used to always smelt for ingots. I never actually used to ever actually make stuff out of iron. And then since Anthony was like, did it, I was like, oh, maybe I should actually try that. Found the Orc shield wall's weakness, Corduan's Mariners. What do they do? Throw grenades? They marinate. Yeah, see my... Yeah. That's alright, we're healing slowly. But yeah, as soon as we get to 100 health, as soon as we get to 125, we'll buy a healing spell, and then it'll be a lot less painful when we go into a battle and take damage. I need to get my coffee. I think we can't really do much until we get healed up. Oh, we 74%, nearly there. We're gonna heal up just in time to go back into another battle and get wrecked. How much spellcraft we got? 86 spellcraft. Fuck, that was right. We're nearly there already. Oh yeah, we went up a few levels too. Yeah, so we get 3 more Winds of Magic and we get +1 charge of Arcane Conduit. We got no choice but to join the battle again. It might be actually a good idea to just die. Alright, so we'll do the same thing as last time. We'll find the archers, hang out with them. Try and get some gunpowder. Oh, bro. They just go shoot me in the back. What the fuck? Trying to not get damaged here. He's like, shoot, I got a friendly shoot me in the back. You're an idiot. Look at this stupid face. Can't aim for shit. I'm gonna Cassandora on the walls. I don't know. Maybe behind, maybe if we open the gate and there's a big blob of dudes there, I reckon it could be good. I wonder if it has to have line of sight from the sky, or if, you know, I wonder if you can cast it under roofs or not. I'm trying to push this guy. Yeah, there we go. You stay out there. You stay out there. Yeah, nice. Yeah, stay out there. Yeah, no, that's good. Oh, shit. Stay out there. Oh. Shoot him, someone. Someone shoot him. Shoot him. Get back in there. Get back out there. Shoot him. Come on. Shoot him. Ah. Not that many arrows coming in this now, I don't think. Oh, here we go. Nice. Huzzah. This is why I'm an evil cultist. I'm secretly working from within the Empire to defeat them from the fools. They'll never suspect me. I'm amongst them. And yeah, when I do friendly fire, it's totally on purpose because I'm a saboteur. What's this boiling oil and shit? That seems hectic. shit. Carl Francis smoked that guy. He smoked him. Is that the right one? Yeah, got the right one. Halberd is an enemy. Oh shit. Is he on my side? Shit, he doesn't seem friendly. Blam! Carl Franz is just smoting people. I want to get I want to get Galmaraz off him. That used to be the weapon I used to use in the previous update. I basically used my own version of Galmaraz that I made from a with blacksmithing. But yeah, you can't do that anymore. Prince and Emperor. Friendly fire there. Oops. Sorry guys. Die! Take the castle. I like Boris model in this mod, how he's got the eye scratched out. How does he? Nice. I don't think I've seen him up close. Oh yeah, I would have seen him in the encyclopedia though. Oh, I'll just make this tea. But now I'm wounded again, so no training again. Back to 20% health again. healed up yet? Well, nearly 78%. I'll just get almost to the point where I'm going to actually get some training, and then I'll just get killed again. Classic. What just happened there? What do you mean? I got wounded in the battle, and then we won the siege. Oh, did they? No, I don't think so. Sometimes the Chaos Cultists, there's a rebellion and Chaos Cultists take it over. There's these guys. This is Middenland. Middenland might have taken the town. Is that what you mean? Yeah, Middenland might have taken it back. They're not separatists though. They're just another dukedom. You know, another count, elected count's province. All right, we're back. We're 100%. We're actually getting spellcraft XP now. We're up to 100. So now we can actually learn a healing spell if we go into a town. But if we get to 125, it'll be cheaper. So I'll wait till 125 before I do it. We take this, hopefully we'll go inside for a little while and we'll be able to buy some spells. Ah, shit. Here we go. We're gonna get wounded again. Hey, Ava. Legend of Total War's not dead. What are you talking about? Oh. Fuck. Are you telling me that Chaos Run's impossible now? No, I'm asking the question, is Chaos Run's impossible? And I'm going to answer it by being like, I'm going to answer it as, no, it's just going to be really fucking hard, but I'm going to do it anyway because I don't give a fuck. Chaos or bust. That's my thing. Shit. That was close. So Chaos is not playable in the game, but I used to use a few workarounds to play Chaos anyway. But they changed the game in the update to make most of the workarounds that I did not work. But there's still some ways that you can still do it, and so we're gonna just try and do it anyway. It's just a bit. If you want to go back to the start of the stream, I can explain in more detail. But yeah. So just a little bit busy at the moment, trying not to die. Jesus Christ, I didn't even know those things were destructible. What the fuck? Oh. So you can join the Chaos faction, but you can't recruit chaos troops. So they made it so that you can't recruit troops of other nations. So even if you join a chaos, then you take over a settlement for chaos, then that settlement will then recruit chaos troops, and then you can recruit them. But now they made it so even that, so the settlement will still recruit chaos troops, but you can't recruit them because your native race is not chaos, right? So they fucked that, so you can't do that. And then also you used to be able to do it by captives, so you could capture a chaos troop and then slowly convert them, and eventually you'd be able to to get it. They made it so you can't convert chaos troops, but they made it so that you can still join the faction, and when you first join, you get given that free army of like 100 dudes that are chaos. So you still get that 300 chaos guys at the start. And also there's like a kind of weird bug where you can, if you take over a settlement as chaos, it'll start recruiting chaos dudes, and then but you can't recruit them. But then if you lose the chaos settlement to an empire faction, then it becomes an empire settlement. But it takes a while for the chaos troops to go away. So if, as an empire guy that's joined chaos, if my chaos faction loses the settlement to an empire faction, then I can go to the settlement and recruit the chaos troops before they go away. So basically I can still join chaos, and I still can get chaos troops, but it's going to just be mega painful to do so. So yeah, so that's the plan. So basically the plan is to get to tier 6 and then join chaos, and then just really painfully build myself a chaos army. But I'm going to go for like 330 medicine, so when I have a chaos troop, they'll like never die in battle. And I'm going to go for like 250 faith, so that, you know, even if they do die, there's a 30% chance that they undie again. So we can just try and keep them alive. Plus we're going to go for like 100% physical resistance magic buffs, so that like they can't take any damage. And so yeah, basically going to slowly build up my army while trying my best to never lose any guys, you know. So if any guys ever die, it'll be like a tragedy basically. But for the moment, we're just going to be hiding in plain sight within the empire. All right, I'm going to leave because 26 days has passed. And if you go Law of Death, units can have 100% survival chance. Oh really? How do you do that? With like an enchantment? Or is it like a power stone? Oh shit. Maybe I should go Law of Death. No, because I think it'll be more fun to do it this way. This way they still can die, but we just won't let them die. Maybe Law of Death would be, I don't know. Now I don't know. Now I'm not sure. I've got another Chaos Magister that I already started that's already Law of Death. I explained the strat at the start of the YouTube video, Agnovich, and then somebody just asked me about it and I just re-explained it again. Like just then. I don't know if you were here for that. Yeah, no, somebody had actually told me about that Law of Death one as well, but I don't know, I just don't like the idea of like letting my guys die and then having them not die, you know. Fuck. You know, I just don't like the idea of letting my guys die, where I'd rather like try and keep them alive, you know. I rerolled when I discovered there's no heroes and Death Wizards. Yeah, well, I guess if you want to have access to every single enchantment, then yeah, you could go Death Wizard. I've already got a Death Wizard going at the moment though. Wait, we can check. Let's check the existing one because that's already partially leveled up. If he's got the right skill set up, then maybe we could do that. Was it this one? I can't remember. Can't remember his name now. What was the last guy's name? Was it Merkbrick? A lot of campaigns, yeah. Is it that one? Alright, we'll try this one. Probably crash, but. Yeah, basically we can still join Chaos, but it's really hard to recruit Chaos troops now, like super hard. It was hard before, but now it's super hard. So we're gonna only like very rarely get a new Chaos troop, and so the mission is just to like try to keep every single guy alive and never let any die. No, this guy's a mercenary. He's not that. That's not the one. I can't remember what the other I can't remember what the other character looked like now. Which, like, I don't remember which banner he had or anything. So Merkbrick. How have we got 2 Merkbricks? Yeah. Have we got... Merc Baal? Wait, what was Merc Baal? I know that Merc Baal was a Necroarch, wasn't it? Merc Baal was a Necromancer, Dwarf. That one was Runes, Wolf Priest. That one was... I don't even remember that one. Guess level 16 Warrior Priest. Mercia was probably gun nuns. Maciel. What was Maciel? I don't know what Maciel was. Merc was an orc, obviously. Merkbrick. Mercy, probably a dwarf. Merkbrick level 17. Save file was created with war sales. Oh no, that's not the right one. I just don't know if I want to put. I don't know if I want to put that on. I don't know. I don't know if I want to put that one on them because there's better. Like having them just not die if they fall in combat is pretty cool, but if we lose the battle, then they all die anyway. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it's like the best thing to do. Yeah, no, I think I want to keep going with life. Because I kind of want to lose them sometimes, but then... I don't know, maybe death would be better. Let me just quickly check the other stream, the previous stream, and see what the name of the guy was and stuff. Okay, the previous Chaos Sorcerer. Okay. Yeah, his name was... Oh, it was the one with the... It was the Raven. The Raven sigil. That's easy. That's easy enough. It was the Raven one. That one. Level 9. Is that all? Look, I thought we'd gotten farther than that. I feel like I'm already higher than level 9 in this character now. Oh, well, I think we're maybe level 8. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I feel like the life magic is going to make us win battles more. Yes, this is the Death Mage. He's level 9 at the moment. And he's got... Yeah, he's got a point wasted in social. Immortality buff is good for artillery crew because they're not that great. Yeah, true. I don't know, you reckon we should restart as Death or keep going as Life? I mean, if we restart as Death, that means we do get access to every single enchantment. But our shielding is going to be poor. We're going to have more chance of losing the battle and dying. That's the only bad. That's the only thing I'm worried about. That's the wrong thing. So yeah, Ash's Dust is a decent damage spell that you get at the start. You get 50% magic resist in shield. Actually, that's a good point. I can put magic resist on my guys with Death. So we can pop, so I can have like the other guys, I can have 4 guys popping physical resist shields, and then I can pop a magic resist shield on top as well. That is pretty cool, actually, I guess. I feel the shielding way personally. Yeah, me too. But like no one else has got a 50% magic resist like the Death Mage does. So I think maybe one of the other ones has got like a 25% magic resist or something like that. I found myself not using the other wizards because they charge and can't handle mounted gun skirmish. Yeah. Yeah, you can dismount them and have them just stand there and shoot, which is okay, I guess. But yeah, I like the shield melee. The shield melee is what we're going to go for, really, mainly for the gloriousness. But we will probably have them in a gun line at some point just to get them up to 100 gun to get the extra discipline point, I reckon. I don't know, you reckon Death? Go Death Mage just for the newness? Alright, fuck it, we'll restart. Alright, we're restarting as Death, yeah. Even though I'm not gonna enjoy it as much as Life, but it's fine. It'll be cool because we'll have, you know, we'll have all the things. Otherwise we're gonna just be always thinking we're missing out on something, you know. That's alright, I'll do it faster this time. Yeah, no, I think that's good. We're starting so we can go death again, even though I prefer life. Death means because there's no death, there's no wizards that have death. There's no wizards that have death law of magic. So and NPCs. So the only way we can get access to the death spells and the death enchantments and the death spells and death enchantments and the death power stones is if we go death personally. So we're gonna go death. All right, we're back in action. What spells does death have in Tor? The ones that we just looked at 5 seconds ago. All right, so there's no. So basically, we're going intelligence with the secondary in discipline. So we want 10-8, but we can't choose any of those this time around. So I'll go for commoners for the endurance. Would it be right for me to say that you're allowed to cheat in only Marauder armor? I don't know what you mean by cheat. So you're Imperial Cultist, so we get discipline this time around. And I'm going to get Magister Apprentice. But this time we're going to worship, we're going to use the power of Shaiish. The purple wind. Doesn't Marauder armor drop normally? Yeah, you can still get Marauder armor, but you can't get Chaos Warrior armor drops. However, you can take over a settlement as Chaos, and then I assume that the Chaos armor will spawn in the shops. But actually, no, maybe it doesn't. Maybe they thought of that as well, and they got rid of it out of the shops. But anyway, yeah, you can still do the Chaos Portal, and you get awarded with armor pieces from the Chaos Portal. But it's but you know, it's kind of rare, and you can't choose what you get necessarily and stuff. Yeah. Where's our 8-fold path elf star? There it is. Yeah, you can get it from Chaos Portal battle. I don't think you can. Yeah, I don't think you get it from drops in battle. Only from the reward section at the end where you choose. Yeah, we go Bannerlord, Iron Man mode, and yeah, you might be able to buy it from shops, but I think maybe not. I think they might have blocked it from dropping in shops as well. Blood for the Blood God. I don't know what the best Blood for the Blood God playthrough is at the moment, actually. Probably still Bretonnian Knight, but yeah. Can't say for sure. Alright, let's go defile the Shrine of Sigmar. Go in here. Got some wood. We come into the town. Oh, they're forming a big army. So it might be a good idea to join. Alright, trying to make some pole arms. Got a mule. Ride around on my mule. So yeah, so one of the reasons we changed to a black wizard is because they've got a power stone that can make it so your troops never die. So that could be useful for if we're doing easy kind of battles where there's still a chance that our guy could die. Or if we want to auto resolve a lot or something. But yeah, if we're fighting in actual battles, like, I don't know, I feel like maybe there's other stuff we could do that might be more better. We're running out of money, so we're gonna have to go and join Cuff Runs, this merry band, I think. Do I accept challenges? Do I? Me? What do you mean? Are you challenging me? How dare you? Like duels to the death. I mean, in real life, yeah, of course, but I don't know. And we might just make it, but I don't think so. Then we're gonna have to go and be a filthy mercenary for a while. Round up some cash. Or I can just go and murder some people with my dastardly magics. the wartime. Alright, I think we have to officially give up on our dream of being a rake craftsman. We just couldn't make it work. Unless we're going to be naked. I guess we could go naked. Alright, we'll go naked. We're proud. Naked and proud. And we'll invest our wood. We'll invest in more wood. It's our last chance to make something of ourselves. If I can't make a profit off this one rake that I'm about to make now, then it's all over. Oh well, it's all over. We're broke. Just a naked vagabond trying to find work. Where is Carl Franz? He's off leading a campaign somewhere. Never seen before, but he created an army. We'll be able to tell by where the sieges are at, I guess. We'll be up here somewhere. He'll be at war with Middenheim again, I guess. Probably Delbers, maybe. Oh, we'll defile the shrine first. Yeah, I mean, who else can we? Is there any? If we could find like a minor lord that is too cowardly to join the army or something, then that would be great. But yeah, I think everybody's joined. I think he's too good of a statesman. He inspires such devotion that everyone's joining the war effort. Ah, bro. No, we can't work something out. Alright. Actually, I probably could have killed those guys. Just realized. Could have killed them with my powerful magics. Probably not, actually. I probably would have got wrecked. They probably would have shot me to death because I'm naked and everything. I'll go and merc for Nuln, you reckon? Yeah, I could go and merc for Nuln. That sounds cool. They might not die quite as fast. Can you cross-faction hiling? Yeah, I think once you get up to a certain level you can. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can at the start. Like how it was in the previous update, you had to wait till... I think you could be a hired sword straight away in your own faction, but you had to get to tier 2 or whatever to join other factions and so forth. Every time I join Carl, it's just siege after siege. Yeah, I know, we don't want to be in Carl's thing anymore. We're not signing on with Carl anymore. We need to find the most cowardly weakling lord that will never joins. Oh, fuck. Fuck you guys. Probably gonna die, but, you know, what can you do? Did I just miss? What the fuck? Oh, yeah, we're screwed now. He just fell face down in the grass in my underpants. Wish I'd probably soiled. Face down in my soiled underpants. First person for those spells is game changing. Why is that? Does the lock on better or something? What I find is best is just to keep looking at them until after you have shot. If you, because yeah, you have, as a horse archer, you have a tendency to just kind of like go pew, and then look away before the arrow even lands, and you just hear the noise of it killing them. Whereas with spells, you got to cast it and then wait till the cast happens and then look away. If you look away before the cast happens, then the spell will just whiz off and not hit them. Yeah, but they auto aim, but you got to. Fuck! I can't even get out of this location. Maybe I should join Talabek Land. Or maybe I should join Middenland. I know Middenland will be doing the same thing. So it's impossible now? It's not impossible. Theoretically, it's not impossible.
Another fool in...
Another fool? These guys should join me. These guys should be on my side. Another fool. In theory, we should be able to kill these guys. I know, I can wear their robes. I might be able to get some robes out of this. This is the perfect gear for me as a secret cultist in the Empire. Alright, try and get it to blob up nicely. And then we'll try and get a bit of distance. And then we'll turn around. Don't look away. There we go. Yeah, it is a naked man on a donkey, that's true. Don't look away. Suck it! The power of chaos infuses me! that was over the top. That was unnecessary. Unnecessary enthusiasm. Casting spells and shit. Booyah. Alright, now hopefully those last three guys will die if I cast another spell at them. If not, then we'll have to ride back and pick up one of their spears, and then we'll have to go melee. Let's go melee on their asses. 23 seconds till the power of chaos can infuse me again. Oh shit. Glorious melee combat! Indeed, we'll have to engage in some of that. Alright, here we go. Epic recharge moment. Alright, we got two magic bolts. Alright, that didn't work. Oh, we got one of them. Alright. Maybe this last magic bolt will get it done. Huzzah! My power is unrivaled! I slew them and offer up their souls to chaos. Unlimited power. Now I have a mighty robe. Check out the robe. This woodland cape will armor my shoulders. These wrapped shoes will bind my feet. Got this mighty pack mule. Oh, look at the speed. It goes 4 points faster than my mule. All right. We got all the treasure. New Marienburg siege map's good. Oh, here we go, more cultists.
Another food!
Another few. They cannot stand against me. So we meet again. Now I've got armor. I don't have a weapon still, but I can punch. I can do charge punches. Get 200% speed and do like 2 to 3 damage per hit. Most of these guys only have 100 hit points, so that's just a mere 33 punch strikes to kill each one. Gobos don't blob? Really? Oh, yeah, that sucks. The power of the blob is the only thing that gives us the chance of victory. Pretty good, pretty good. Yeah, I don't mind Ashes of Dust. Ashes of Dust, it's kind of basically like a magic bolt, but just like a kind of bigger one. Look at the power of the flames. Oh shit! I guess I didn't aim properly. Alright, where are these bodies? Here we go. Alright, we need to pick up one of these forks. Where we go over here, drag them away a bit, then we'll go back, we'll quickly dismount, pick up a fork, and we'll come back and take these guys out with our superior melee skills. They can't hope to stand against me. The fork lancing, yeah. Where's the, where was the loot? I've lost it now. Fuck.
Die!
Alright, well I haven't got a fork lance, but I've got an axe. Oh, fuck! Alright, we can recharge. Alright, recharging. The power of chaos is infusing me. Do you hear the voices too? Flames. That's the flame noise. Shit. It's resisting my damage somehow. Boom. Oh, what? We can't conform anymore. Oh, in the previous update, you could still get cultists. Now you can't even get cultists. See, prisoner conformity 0 means that I can't convert them at all. Kind of bullshit. We might need to drop these horses. I took all the extra horses because I wanted the didn't want to have to pay for them later. But yeah, we might need to. Wood is cheap here, so that's pretty good. We'll spend every cent we've got on wood. We're going all in on this wood investment. Wood bad. We'll be rich. Rich, I tell you. Keep your eye out for any nobles. Apparently, especially lone nobles with like really small party size. It'll hopefully just bug out and be cowardly. I should go and pray, but I don't want to lose my wood, so I'm trying to use up the wood first. The Sterling flag's pretty cool. Oh, it's just over there. We could try and make it, but we might not make it. The Sterlander flag is awfully Sylvanian. What do you mean? That's like a classic Sterlander. It's a classic Sterlander flag. It's not Sylvanian. What are you talking about? Alright, I think we're going to finally we've turned a corner. There's literally a dancing skeleton. Yeah, but that's the Sterling flag. Sterling's a pretty anti-Sylvania, I think. Sylvania was originally Empire land. Yeah, that's true. Empire loves skulls. All the Empire shit's got skulls and bones all over it. Excuse me, Sylvania is part of Stirland. So what? What's that got to do with anything? Still doesn't make the Stirland flag Sylvanian. Stirland flag is Stirland. If anything, Sylvania is Stirland. Sylvanian flag is Stirland. Ish. The Sylvania should change their flag. The skeleton is a trademark of Stirland. If Sylvania wants to use a skeleton, they have to change it slightly. They have to put like bat wings on it or something. Alright, I think we are actually making money now. You got to protect your graveyards with like anti necromancy death magic. That's my job. I protect the graveyards of the Empire. But secretly I defile the corpses and offer up their souls to chaos. That was my weird chaos laugh. My guy's a sociopath, so he doesn't know how to have normal human emotions, so he just has to like mimic them, like he's seen other people laugh, so he's like that's his like pretend human laugh. So he can act like his soul hasn't been taken over by demons. Alright, we unlocked the billhook. Now the path of power awaits us. We captured it! We captured it for chaos! Indeed. Do you hear the voices too? Yeah, I don't know. There is definitely some nostalgia with Dawn of War, but I don't know. Yeah, like I said, I am kind of, the more I see of the Dawn of War 4, the more I'm just looking forward to Warhammer 40k, Total War. I feel like that was what we were, that's what we've been waiting for. The lore of AK-47. Here we go. Eric von Huschlott. This guy can be our, this guy's going to be our meal ticket out of here. We finally can make some money from our blacksmithing, so we'll sell that. Boom, now we've got some cash. And we'll buy... What's the lowest cheap thing that's got... Iron Sparthas? I'm not sure if they have much though. Make some more bill hooks. Is the Empire based off Germany? Yeah, that's right. The Holy Roman Empire, which is what Germany used to be called in the 14th, 15th centuries, I think. So yes, Reichsspiel would no doubt sound pretty German, you would imagine.
Tell me your name. Forgive...
I offer you my sword, filthy Stirlander. Use it well. Alright, we're getting some magic. Reichspiel is actually English. Classical is German. Try some daggers from greenskins. Yeah. Get fine steel from it. No, you are correct, Regic. Oh no. Why? I was just learning magic. Now they've ruined it. We're all gonna die. Actually, these are undead, so at least they don't have any ranged weapons. Does death magic work on the undead? I guess it does. Fell asleep watching you play Imric, had a full night's sleep and woke up and you're still going. Oh, nice. Yeah, I've been going for, what, 7... I've been going for about 10 hours, I think. 9 or 10 hours. Oh, we're not... Oh, okay, it's not a siege, we're just fighting. Having a random fight. Cool. The only problem is because there's no range, that means they can't kill the ranged guys at range, so they won't drop their guns. I've got my battle mule, so it's handled. This guy's using a little hammer, a little hand hammer. Here's some of their infantry coming. Did 44 damage. I mean, hit 44 target. Oh shit! I'm gonna get stabbed. Oh, the knights were coming. Oh well, I did get a fair bit of spellcraft XP by shooting into that big blob. Well, so much for that. Oh, we're no. My 53 gold's not enough. Where's my pack horse? Didn't I have a pack mule? No, it's gone. Fuck. Alright, I've got enough stuff to make 2 bill hooks, which will be enough money enough to get me back in business again. Now I've got to go and heal up again. I think I've nearly got the money rake unlocked. Ah, no, not quite. Fuck. Dead to a rake salesman. I know. I'm so so broke. It's so pathetic. Just like trying to scrouge together 2 sticks to craft together into a rake so I can get enough money to buy some more sticks. Get +1 point in medicine. Thank you, sir. Yeah, I haven't had many crashes since I put crash skip on, but I wasn't having many crashes before it either anyway, since they did the last update. Rakes are flooding the market, I know. It's getting out of control. It's rake madness, where will it end? Ah, beautiful. Finally we got the money rake unlocked. Yeah, make some more rakes, get our health back up. And then we go, oh, there's the Lord, we could join there. Now we should be making some decent money. We can actually buy some equipment and stuff. 2,000, yeah, nice. It's a chaos cult. It's a chaos cult scheme to destabilize the economy of the empire by flooding it with rakes. We'll destroy the empire from the inside out. The cult of the eightfold rake. Yep. And I'm gonna like fill up every town with blacksmiths. The cult of the eightfold rake. Huzzah! Wish I would bring back prisoner recruitment so I can go back to leveling roguery by using tons of deserters. You can still recruit prisoners. You just can't recruit prisoners that aren't the same race as you, so you can't do cultists and stuff like that. But you can do. Oh, did they remove prisoner conversion entirely? No, did they? I thought they only removed it from foreign. You can still recruit your own race, can't you? That's fucked if they got it out completely. I'm Empire and deserters aren't getting any points. Oh shit. Maybe they have to be the same. Maybe they have to be Empire. Like if it's Empire captives, but not bandits. Yeah, yeah, that sucks. I didn't realize they'd completely gotten rid of prisoner conversion entirely. Oh, that sucks. What about bandit playthroughs? I guess you gotta play vanilla if you want to play bandit playthroughs. Yeah, I don't know why they want to make it so narrow. Like, you know what I mean? Like, what's wrong with having like a bandit playthrough in Warhammer World? Like, that seems like a cool thing to do. Be like a bandit that, you know, doesn't care about the good fight between good and evil. He just wants to rob people and stuff, whatever. Like, that's a cool like roleplay thing to do. You know, I feel like it's a role-playing, like, if you're going to have, like, a role-playing game, I mean, arguably it's not really a role-playing game, but I think it totally is and can be a role-playing game. And if you're going to have a role-playing game, then the whole point of it is to have, like, the ability to choose and have different roles that you play, you know, and different characters that you make up. You have that creativity. I don't know, in my mind anyway. But yeah, I don't know. But on the other hand, you know, it's a great mod. They're doing a fantastic job. If they wanted, you know, whatever they want to do, that's up to them. You know, it's their mod. They can do whatever the fuck they want. If we want to make it different, then we're gonna make your own fucking mod, basically. You know. So you know, there's that. Yeah, that really sucks. When I first saw there was no prisoner recruiting, I thought that it was only that you couldn't recruit. I thought it was only that you couldn't recruit foreign prisoners. But yeah, I didn't realize you can't recruit any prisoners. That's fucked. Because I thought that in when it first came out, I could still recruit cultists, but I couldn't recruit I just couldn't recruit other races. I couldn't recruit Chaos Warriors or Beastmen, but I could still recruit. Yeah, actually, I'm pretty sure I could. I think when War of the Mountains first came out, you could still recruit cultists, and there was still recruitment of bandits in general. Because I'm pretty sure I tested it with cultists and I could get them. I don't know, maybe I'm imagining it, but that's how I remember it. So maybe they updated it to make it so you couldn't recruit them at all because somebody figured out how to get Chaos Warriors or some shit. But yeah, I don't know. It says I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Like I said, you know, it's their mod. They can do it however they want. But yeah, it does kind of feel a bit like Fun Police at this point. But I don't know. There's probably like some other technical reason why they had to do it or something. It's probably not just to ruin my shit. But yeah, it does feel a bit like that sometimes. Especially since like the majority, like before War in the Mountains, like the majority of my playthroughs were Chaos playthroughs where I'd start off as Empire or Bretonia and then fall to Chaos and fight for Chaos and shit. Like the majority, like more often than not. So kind of, they're making it like so you can't fight, you can't join Chaos, or you can, but it's like a lot shitter now. It kind of almost feels personal, like it's went out of their way to fuck me up. Like, fuck you, Mercy, specifically you. You're the only one that wants to play Chaos, and so you can get fucked. But no, I don't think that's quite how it is. But it feels a little bit like that. Right, I might just get myself. I'm gonna save up and get myself a companion. I was about this in Discord. I was told you should be able to recruit my own faction prisoners. And if it doesn't work, it's a bug. And then the conversation stopped. Okay, yeah. Well, that makes sense then, because I reckon I could recruit cultists when after the mod first came out. So maybe it is bugged. Yeah, prisoner recruitment's really fun. Sucks that they've removed that. Also try to grudge bring a playthrough, but the restriction to recruiting dwarfs is annoying. Yeah, I think you can recruit dwarf militia, but that's, and there's and somebody was saying there's like some dwarf warriors that you can get from the mercenaries in the tavern that are a little bit better than militia maybe, or about the same. So you can still have some basic dwarfs, but they're not like, you can't get like iron breakers and stuff. And unless, if you, the same trick that I'm using now in this chaos playthrough, you can do that in normal playthrough. So if you desperately really want to do a like grudgebringer one, whatever, you can basically wait till a dwarf faction's at war with an empire faction, and then if the empire faction takes a settlement from the dwarfs from a castle, for a few days after that, there'll be dwarfs in there that you can still recruit if you're empire. So you can actually still build up a little party of elite dwarfs if you really want to. We might have to do that actually, get some chaos dwarfs. Chaos ironbreakers. I don't know. Yeah, I feel like humans can be chaos, but dwarfs, I don't know, it doesn't really work vibe with dwarfs. We could probably have some orc freebooters in our band mixed in. A very own brass guard, yeah, if they were actual chaos dwarfs that'd be pretty cool, but cool as a mercenary to recruit other faction units and upgrade them to companions. Yeah, and I don't think I think you can only recruit them if that says if they're like human flagged or whatever. I'm gonna buy the wool, try and buy the wool weavery.
Well, and who do we have here?
Yeah, no, we were talking about dwarven units, not heroes. Yeah, you can recruit dwarven characters, but not the mages. But I didn't know you could recruit guardian mages. I reckon that's unintended. I think the idea is you're not meant to be able to recruit. You're only really able to recruit mages of your own faction, so that you have different like kind of enchanting and stuff. Alright, so we change into a smithy. We turn on use the warehouse. I think there's a few ingots. How many ingots are there in broad-bladed throwing knives? There's a few, I think. Check out our trade skill as well. The trade's 0 XP. There we go. 24. We got 20 points in trade from our first level, first bit of XP. But you can, but didn't you say that you can recruit the Guardian mages from the Aeneas? Oh, maybe it's only between, oh, okay, so it's only between dwarfs and humans. So dwarfs get runesmiths but not mages, and humans, elves, and Bretonians get mages but not dwarfs. So presumably as a human or an elf, you could still recruit magisters, Greylord wizards, and damsels. Right, okay, I thought every race couldn't only recruit their own spellcasters, but it's just between dwarfs and humans, yeah. It kind of makes sense. Broken down. Oh, is it specific? Is it more specific than that? It's not just human versus dwarf. It's like broken down by faction by faction. I'm not sure how many points I want to put in trade. Which one's, where's the workshop one? Oh, there he is. Governor. Yeah, workshop production rate, not for... Oh, actually, I might go 125. Fuck it. Love my priestesses of Shalier on dwarfs for the heals. Just an unkillable hero blob. Yeah, it sounds pretty cool. I've got one for my runesmith playthrough as well. Yeah, carrying capacity is pretty good. Yeah, you gotta give him like shield and one-hander and like heavy armor and stuff and just put him in the middle of your iron breakers so she can't get hit. Alright, yeah, we'll get some, now that we've got our trade up a bit, we'll get our other 3 companions. Yeah, we need to find like a really powerful army that isn't going to get wrecked all the time. Maybe we should go and fight with the vampires. More trade XP. How's our ingots going? We're getting low. We'll drop off some more ingots to make sure we don't run out. I'll wait till our trade goes up a bit more before I sell any of these pole arms. Okay, 105 now. Oh, fuck, the wizard's gone. Can't you be a vassal for chaos, conquer a settlement, get given it, then declare independence and keep your settlements? If you create your own kingdom, then you can set the culture as chaos? No, I don't think so, no. But you can fight for chaos and take over settlements for chaos, and then they'll be chaos settlements if they don't get awarded to you. If they get awarded to you, then they'll be empire settlements. But you can just give them all to the king, and then it'll be all empire settlements. But if you give them to the king, then they'll be chaos settlements, but then if they get captured back again, there'll still be chaos troops in, even though they're empire settlements, and then you can nip in and grab some troops. Basically, the plan. But yeah, I plan to be an Empire Merc for a while, and grow strong that way. And then eventually, I'll turn on the Empire, bite the hand that feeds me, and announce my true allegiance. Wrath and Ruin hits like a truck in a huge radius. Oh, have you used it recently? They nerfed it since launch, but it might still be pretty good. Level up. Yeah, I just think they nerfed. I heard they just nerfed it a few days ago. But yeah, you haven't noticed any change? It's not no weaker than it was before? Alright, so now we should be getting, our renown should start going up now. Alright, we'll start recruiting our cultists. By day, they appear as, you know, standard wizards of the Empire. But at night, they're getting into like crazy chaos orgies, human sacrifice, body modification. Life wizard, beautiful. Grab him as well. So we got life and light and death. Actually, no, this is talk to the alchemist. And we can start to see some of our yeah, so Hish, 3% physical resistance, 5% chance to snare enemies with a net of Hish upon receiving damage. I wonder if that works on range damage as well, like if it'll snare them. Oh yeah, this is what I want. 20 extra magic damage and 15% chance to receive a movement buff for a short time on dealing damage. That's I love that shit. So like you just start going like super speed, berserking. Pretty cool. 3 extra winds of magic. Hey Norwegian, how you going, buddy? 10 extra magic. No, 10 extra magic damage. Oh, so we could stack that 10 extra magic damage plus time warp, so it'd be 30 extra magic damage. Ten bonus points to spellcraft, so you could go above. Shyish is the undead stuff. 10 extra magic damage, 10% chance to reduce attack speed of nearby enemies by 15% when dealing damage. 15 extra magic damage. Gain a stacking 10% magic resistance bonus upon killing enemies, stacks up to 5 times and fades after a short while. So we can get like 50% magic resistance. Plus we already have the 50% magic resistance on all the time. $25 extra magic damage. Shit, that's a lot. So we could have 25 extra magic damage and 20 extra magic damage. So 45 extra magic damage and we get a speed buff. Anyway. Anyway, some cool stuff there. But yeah, we don't want to buy anything just yet. Realm of Thrones. Yeah, I want to play a Realm of Thrones at some point. I'm going to do an Ironbound. We're going to do an Iron Price, Ironborn campaign. go. I'm a bit more of a appropriate looking Chaos Cultist. Blend into society better now. In Westerland, fighting for Tywin Lannister. Nice. What is dead may never die. They mentioned Game of Thrones. You have to watch the whole thing again. Yeah, I just got my family to watch Night of the Seven Kingdoms. So yeah, and then now they're watching HBO's Rome. I'm just making them watch all my favorite TV shows. And yeah, like if I leave the room, they'll be like, do you want us to pause it? It's like, bro, I've already seen it like 9 times. You don't need to pause. I could probably quote almost every scene from Rome at this point. Nah, maybe not literally, but a lot of my favorite parts I could quote. 13! Next time, less salt. Yeah. So I'm actually not doing an endurance build this time. I'm still going to get the 2 extra free endurance points though. Control or Vigor? I'm gonna go Vigor. We get them free stat points. Need 2 more companions. Make money raking. Yeah, we're making money from the money rakes. Just getting our companions. Once we get our companions, we'll probably go and do some more magic training. I'm raking in the money. True Roman bread for true Romans. That's it. Disorder will not be tolerated. He has a Bulgarian streak. I don't know why you keep him around. He likes to fight. The North remembers. Yeah, Game of Thrones is pretty awesome up until the last couple of seasons. The last 2 or 3 seasons starts to go off a bit, and the last season is just a fucking atrocity. I still can't believe like those guys, David Benioff and fucking the other dude, like, you know what I mean? Like, they had this chance to make like the greatest TV show that like ever, you know, arguably the greatest TV show ever, and also like that it was like this cultural phenomenon, you know, like it was like the whole world was watching it and like talking about it, and kind of living through that experience of just this kind of joy and wonder at the thing. And then they decided to just, you know, just decided to just be like phone in the last season and not give a fuck. And it was fucking bullshit. I heard that it was because of a Star Wars deal. They got, I don't know if this is true, but yeah, I heard that they got offered basically to do their own Star Wars TV show. And then the HBO people were like, all right, well, you know, we can get a different director, we can get different showrunners to run the last couple of seasons of Game of Thrones. But they didn't want to share the credit of basically, you know, they wanted to be the creators and showrunners of Game of Thrones. They didn't want to be those guys and somebody else, you know, so they were like, oh no, we can do both. And then they just fucking phoned in the last couple of seasons of Game of Thrones. And then because they fucked that up, they lost the Star Wars contract anyway. Well, I don't know if it was because of that or it was just unrelated, but yeah, they didn't end up getting the Star Wars thing. Yeah, they rushed it out because of the Star Wars deal. Yeah, it's fucking, and like, do you know what I mean? Like, that's so arrogant, you know, like they were so lucky, to have been the lightning fucking strike at that moment, and they got the rights to the George R. Martin book, and that and that it took off, and they got the right cast, and that like the public like fucking fell in love with it, like, you know what I mean? Like so many things all went right to make this phenomenon that was Game of Thrones. And they're just like, oh yeah, we're fucking geniuses, we'll just do whatever, you know what I mean? Fuck that. They were lucky, you know, they should have just fucking held on tight to that and just done the best thing they could have done. It was like, I don't know, like, do you know what I mean? Like so arrogant, like, fuck, they like, it was like, so, like they were blessed, they were given a gift, you know what I mean? And they just fucking shat on it. And it's just like I don't know, like I don't know if I could live with myself if I was them. Like, you know what I mean? Like they could have, if they just had finished it right, it would have been like this amazing thing that would have gone down in history. But the fucking final scene just totally fucked it and just really tarnished it and like broke the whole like kind of illusion of it almost, and just made it all shit basically. it's fucked. Ah. Still makes me really fucking angry. Ah. Yeah, they just did it so bad. But anyway, but the first like 5-6 seasons are like pretty good, you know, really good, you know, amazing. You just like, yeah. Then it's like the ending is just so like there's so many crap parts in it, like what do you call it, Brienne and Jaime Lannister, like the way that they just like, they have like this beautiful kind of relationship, and like they get this grudging respect for each other and all that kind of stuff, and then at some point they just shag. That's the end of their storyline. Like, what the fuck? Like, it's just so like ham-fisted and like shit. Like, I don't know, like, yeah, I don't know, like, it just, you know what I mean? It's just such this beautiful story arc, and then it's just like at the end, you know, like, which just ruins the whole thing. I was a huge fan of historical battles, and the sieges, all the battles made me sad. The sieges made you sad? Why? Because they were like historically inaccurate or whatever? Alright, we need more dudes. Any more iron? There's a little bit of iron. And I guess we'll just buy a heap of these. Mechbricht. What are we going to medicine next? Another point in discipline. Alright, so we got 7 in discipline. We only need 8 to be able to get to 300 spellcraft, which is the goal, so we can do double enchantments. Aria, yeah, like it just all of every fucking storyline, they just all got ruined at the end. And it's not even like the wrong things happened exactly, but like it just wasn't handled delicately, and like, you know, that was, I don't know. Yeah. I think like as soon as like George R. R. Martin started stepping back from it, it just got decreasingly worse. Favorite TV show, Supernatural. Oh yeah, that's Jay Evans' Clock's one of his favorite ones, Supernatural as well. I think I never got into it at the time, so now it's like, you know, it's sort of too old and like, yeah, I can't really get into it now because it's like kind of B grade as well, and you know, it's not like, yeah. Like I think if something's like really good, it's just like really good quality and just really great acting, great writing, just amazing, you know, it's kind of always good. But when it's like, but with like kind of like B grade genre sort of stuff, it's like you've kind of got to be into it to, like, you got to have a bit of extra suspension of disbelief, I guess. You got to kind of go with it, you know. And yeah, I feel like it's a bit harder now if you haven't went into it before. Because they put their catapults outside of their walls and charged their cavalry into the darkness. Yeah, that was really weird. That was really weird, wasn't it? Because like the other battles weren't really like, I don't know. The other battles weren't really that bad. It was just that one battle that was really terrible. Like, just what the hell was going on with that? That was weird. Yeah, why would you put the catapults at the front? That's weird. I've still got a little bit of ingots left. Yeah, it doesn't look like any more wizards are coming to our town, so we might have to travel further afield. I've got enough. I've got enough stuff to buy 2 more wizards now. Alrighty. Should I buy a gun? So we're gonna go buy 2 more, gotta try to find 2 more companions. Yeah, there's none here. Some Chaos Raiders.
Another fool.
Dismount!
Where's my other dude? Oh, there he is.
Forward! Move! Move! Move now! Move!
My cultist. So yeah, I'll do this and I'll get a bit of horse riding. Then I'll be able to get a better horse. How's my riding going? 16 hour. I can ride a Midlands Palfrey now. So we're good. No, my companions both died. I wonder if they got any gunpowder points before they died. Yeah, why didn't put the catapults inside the walls? That would kind of make more sense, wouldn't it? We'll try and miss with this. And we can get some spellcraft without using up our so we can get some spellcraft and still kill the guy. Oh, actually, I probably should shoot him. I mean, I probably should use my spells to kill him because I'm going to run out of ammo. That might be awkward. Yeah, they should have just made them funnel through, like, they should have created funnels for them to come through and then just have, like, 10 guys with halberds just chopping them up as they come through. Just turn the whole city into, like, a zombie processing plant, basically. Like a factory. With the conveyor belt with zombies coming through to be chopped up.
Die!
Shit, my horse. Make a blob. Yeah, blob. They should have used the power of the blob. Shite. They did have the undead dragon, yeah. Pretty sure. Was that the one where the dragon died? Dragons fought each other? Yeah. Yeah, dragon versus dragon. Some dragon on dragon action went down. Shot. Huzzah. There we go. I single target them. Oh, I should have prayed while I was there. Dragon mismanagement. That was the root cause of all the problems. There's some armies we can join. I'll just go in here and see if I can grab some more wizard. I was gonna say we could grab his. Does he have a? If he's got a two-handed hammer, we can maybe go a bit of hammer action. No, I probably want like a one-hander. Eh? Do one-handed hammers do knockdown? I think one-handed hammers do knockdown in this, maybe. Which is kind of fun, even though they don't do much damage. Yeah, I don't think they can in vanilla. I think you have to have a two-handed hammer to knock down in vanilla, but in this you can do it with one-handers. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe they changed it so you can do it in vanilla. I know, I'm going to join this guy. Fuck it.
Forgive me what may seem...
Oh, the only thing is if they're at war with Sterland, and that'll blow up my thing. And I've run out of ingots there too, which sucks. Alright, we're getting some good spellcraft. Hopefully they're just going to stay in this town forever. That would be the ideal. Yes, this is what you want. Is they just stay in the town for ages, and you can just craft and get free XP. Ah, no, they had to ruin it, didn't they? Spellcraft's up to 96 already. Nice. Oh yeah, actually, we'll just check our. So with 7, it was 7 discipline and 0 points. We only get to 88, so we need 1 point. 1 point in gun. But if we put 1 point in gun, we should be able to level up really easily. Spellcraft's powering up. Nope. So we get 125. We'll start buying some books. Smithing after being a dwarf is a hell of a grind. Yeah, especially a runesmith like makes it so easy. And it's so crazy how you get all this spellcraft and like faith XP and everything. Like you just, yeah, runesmith's like the super easy level up. Nearly up to renown rank 1. Level up. Yeah, I guess medicine. Yeah, runesmith's pretty cool. But yeah, it's like if you're gonna play like the Slayer, for example, like you just got to get your head around the fact that it's like a totally different kind of game almost. You know, like if you know you'll like notice that he's less efficient at smithing, not as good at leading armies, not as everything's not as good, until you realize that it's not really about that with the Slayer. It's just about the fact that you pop your ability and you just go Wah! And you just run into fucking slaughtering until you die, and you just like you just like run really fast and it's fun. It's not, what I mean? It's like it's not really meant to be as effective. It's just meant to be murdering and being fun. damn it. At least we can get a healing cantrip, I guess. Tell me the life wizard. Ironbreak is kind of boring though, in my opinion, yeah. Yeah, the Ironbreak is cool, like just being really tough and making all the other Ironbreakers really tough. His ability is not the most interesting, no. The Slayer's fun though. The Slayer's really fun because your swing speed goes super fast and your run speed, I think your run speed also boosts up, and you just, you're just like, wah! And then you just run around trying to kill shit until you die. It's fun. But yeah, it's like not, it's not the best for like playing the sort of meta game or like trying to conquer stuff or whatever. Winded again. No, what makes chaos runs harder now? Well, the chaos runs are always pretty hard, yeah, now you can't convert chaos prisoners. So before you could capture chaos warriors and then slowly convert them to recruit them into your army. Now you can't do that. And before, if you came across a chaos town where it had a village where you could recruit troops, you could recruit chaos troops. Now you can't recruit chaos troops from chaos towns anymore either. So the two main ways that you get chaos troops, you can't get them. Yeah. So it's a lot harder to get your chaos army going on, but that's all right. We'll. My plan is to make my guys sort of as unkillable as I possibly can, and then slowly try to gather up some chaos warriors to make our ultimate chaos warrior army. This is the plan. Alright, double experience from reading books. And we can also buy spells for cheap now too. We're getting the maximum 1,000 gold a day. Yeah, but you can still do it. There's still some tricks you can do. So if you first join the Chaos faction, they're supposed to give you an army. So we should get like 100, 150 dudes of random Chaos Warriors and Norskins. So if those guys like never die, at least we'll have like half an army. And then there's a bit of a bug where if a settlement that belonged to Chaos gets taken over by Empire, if you're Empire, then for a little while before all the Chaos troops leave the city, you can hire them. Whereas, yeah, so there's so we might be able to occasionally get a couple of new guys, but it'll be hard. So we can only, because we're like a Chaos cultist, we can only recruit Chaos cultists if like it's an Empire city and there's Chaos troops in there. Basically, we can find the Chaos troops hiding amongst the Empire. Yeah, the mod team is limited racial recruitment, exactly. No, we need to try to stay out of the line of fire and not get killed. Our entire job in this battle is to not die. Or take any damage.
After me!
But get as far away from the action as possible. Even back here, there's like bullets whizzing past. Crouch down under here. They'll be safe.
After me! Infantry!
I don't have anyone. I don't have anyone following me. Did I try and get a few kills without? Try and get a few kills without dying. I feel like we'll just die. We'll just get injured if we go over there. Tanking Brass Keep as Empire Vassal with Mortar. Maybe you can recruit from there. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you take Brass Keep as an Empire character, then you'll be able to recruit from the Brass Keep village for a little while before they run out of Chaos Warriors. But eventually it'll all convert over to Empire. So yeah, so my aim is to join Brass Keep faction, conquer other settlements, then lose them to the Empire, and then go recruit some troops quickly after the Empire takes it, before they all convert back to, you know, Empire again. That's my plan. Still going, yep. Nearly time for breakfast. I can send troops. Right. Oh, we can buy some books. So let's go to the Collis Magister. And actually first we'll buy some spells. So we've got half price spells right now. So we'll get the Ward of Arrows, gives us shield from arrows. Dust Torn for dismounting Chaos Knights and stuff. Heady Heal, so we can give ourselves a little heal. None of the other spells are any good, don't need those. Then in Shaiish we want 50% magic barrier. Caress of Lenif. Is that the one that the good one for killing stuff? Spirit Leech. Alright, cool, we got all the spells. Then this guy needs that. We need more. We need more money. He needs that as well. And he needs that. All right, so we need like 50, 60, 6250 we need. Oh, we need way more than that actually, because we need money for books as well. There's not many dudes there. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Lamps, my favorite was the slow killer. Okay, is it a big AoE? Can I like do it on a massive blob and get millions of XP points? This is good now that I've got my companions. I can just do avoid combat and send my troops. And we can still get more spellcraft. Alright, we've left. Priestess of Shalia. Don't want her. God damn it. Alright, let's go to Grimminghausen. Oh shit. Goblins. Goblins!
Dismount! Forward!
Stab him! Stab him!
Nice. Yeah, let's go and pray to Ulrich, but we'll really defile it, secretly defile Ulrich. Yeah, we kind of need to get to Ulrich to get Faith to 100, sorry, Faith to 100 as soon as possible, so we can get the passive leveling after that. What's these wizards? We need a Celestial Wizard so we can get the speed enchant for campaign movement speed. Life Wizard, we don't want him. Celestial, here we go. Hey, Johnny. They got rid of you can't recruit captives anymore. Can't recruit Chaos Warriors or Norscan tribesmen from captives, and you can't recruit Norscan tribesmen or Chaos Warriors from settlements either. Even if you take over a settlement as Chaos and there's Chaos troops there, it won't let you recruit them. unless you're chaos, which we're, you know, you can't play as chaos. So yeah, but we can still get some troops. It's just really difficult. So I'm focusing on trying to make my troops like super unkillable and have super high medicine and, you know, get faith so they have 30% chance for them to come back to life even if they die, and put power stones on them to make them tougher and get magic resistance, and have them in battle cast spells so they have 100% physical resistance, and, you know, just want to make everything so they're just like the most unkillable that they can be, basically. It's the plan. And just, yeah, the plan is to just like make my guys basically invincible and then just slowly build them up and get more and more of them. Should have kept it as an option until they gave Chaos an official update. Yeah. Well, it still is kind of, but I feel like the only way you can really do it is if you do what I'm doing, which is to make them just invincible, basically. The portal's the only way to get Chaos gear. Yeah, I think you can get Norscan gear still, but you can't get Chaos gear unless you get it awarded through the portal, yeah. So yeah, it kind of sucks. Actually, I would just wait till we get a full load of stamina. Yeah, that's right. I'm leveling up faith so I can get the thing that gives a 30%. Even after you've done all your medicine skills, the high faith skill gives you another 30% chance for them to not die. Plus, we can get a power stone that makes it so that they never die. They always get wounded in combat, as long as we don't ever lose a battle. So I'm kind of thinking we'll put like unkillable power stones on the low tier guys, and the high tier guys will put power stones that just make them like super tough. Drop off down here and see what we got. Should we get two more? Yeah, we get two more. Yeah, we get one more companion. Sorry, and we can drop another. We can drop another blacksmith for more trade XP. There we go, Plague-ridden village to give me extra 20 hit points for
right. So
the mark of Nurgle. Of course, my guy's going to be chaos undivided, so he's got to be equally perverted in all of the different ways of chaos. He follows the eightfold path. Yeah, well, they kind of have to do Kislev first, otherwise there'd be like a blank area of the map in between Chaos and the Empire. That's what I think anyway. But I mean, unless they're going to do... I guess they could do Yeah, it's either they do Kislev, then Chaos, or they just go the other way and do Talea and Estelia. I'd say. Nice. Alright, we got the gift of Nurgle. Oh, he crashed. Yeah, see, the crash skip doesn't really stop the crashes. It stopped one crash, I think. Yeah, I know. I think there was one crash that stopped, or at least it tried to stop it, but maybe it still crashed or something. But yeah, but I wasn't really having any crashes before I had put it on anyway, so not very often anyway. Yeah, the dev I was talking about was saying, yeah, they're still not sure whether they want to do old Kislev or new Kislev yet. It'd be interesting if they did old Kislev, because there's not really any, like, there wasn't really much art or much lore of old Kislev. There's a fair bit, but not really that much. So they kind of had to make it up, you know. But when they made it up for Total War, they decided to go full, you know, Frozen style high fantasy. Yeah. Which, I don't know, I guess I feel like it's a bit of a shame in a way, because it doesn't feel like it's true to the proper Kislev, how I feel about it. But then at the same time, like, the new Kislev is really popular. Like Anthony, for example, like, doesn't know anything about the previous Kislev, doesn't give a shit, and really enjoys the new Kislev, and a lot of people do. I think Kislev was one of the most popular. I think Kislev was one of the most popular factions in Warhammer 3. So, you know what I mean? Like, in a sense, you can't really fault them, because it was like, you know, marketing wise or whatever, it was a good decision. But yeah. There's a bunch of troll armies in the north. I hope they reduce it. They're unkillable. Well, I don't know. Are they unkillable though? And what do you get? What do you get if you do kill one? Oh, I lost one of my dudes. Bullshit. Light Wizard. I think we already got a Light Wizard, don't we? Yeah, we already got a Light Wizard. We need a Celestial Wizard. So you don't get any special loot or anything if you take out one of those, like, in Doomstack troll armies. I kind of feel like you should get something special to take them out, because they're like an endgame challenge. Crap, wish I'd have saved it before I went into that cultist thing. I normally do, because you get a crash sometimes with it. Some cultists down there. Beast Wizard. Alright, fuck it. Let's do it. We kind of need one of each. Beast Wizard's a bit crap though. He doesn't have any damage and he doesn't have any shields. He's just kind of useless. But yeah, it's alright. They have good power stones. Oh, nice. Yeah, they should make it, when they do introduce the quest for the Slayer, they should make it so that the only way to rank up is to, like, kill a troll. Yeah. Well, yeah, the only way to rank up is to kill, like, yeah, a sequence of monsters or whatever. Plus 50% speed, 50% physical resistance, it's the most powerful stone. Yeah, that's pretty good. You'd have to get that on Chaos Knights. And just have them, like, flying around, smashing everything. Attacks are 50% less likely to get cancelled from being staggered. Yeah, exactly. And if you're a melee class, you can also get a perk that gives you total immunity to damage below 15% in terms of being staggered. So basically, you won't get staggered by anything under 15 damage, which if you have got heavy armor, which will be a lot of things. And even if it does go over 15, you got 50% to not get staggered anyway because of that perk. So you kind of want both of those if you're going to be a melee class. And then you can, because that way, if you got both of those, you can just walk into the middle of like 10 dudes and just go ping, 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 and just like one at a time, just kill them and just ignore their pathetic blows. It's really strong, yeah. If you otherwise, it doesn't matter how high your skills are and shit. If you go into like 10, 3 or 4 peasants, they'll just beat you down because they like you'll get chain staggered, you know. I wouldn't recommend that you take the Cleave enchantment instead of stagger resistance. Maybe as well as. Put Cleave on a one-handed flail. It's hilarious. That sounds awesome. I want to get a one-handed flail. Alright, I've got my 4 wizards. But yeah, as soon as we get up a rank, we can get another 6 wizards, which is when we fully start killing, going crazy. The trolls are there, yep. They are scary. Look out for the trolls. They're everywhere. They're all around us. They cut the power. What do you mean they cut the power? The animals, man.
Right, so...
Alright, let's get this quest again. Hopefully it won't crash this time. Oh, it's Bogan right there. Okay. Well, let me just quickly pray. Or I mean, defile. Defile for Ulrich. Defile Ulrich's shrine. Weakling god. The wolf is just a weaker version of the hound. Alright, let's go here. Alright, I saved it beforehand, so hopefully we'll be fine. Yeah, I saved it already. Don't touch anything. Look carefully. Beautiful. Alright, now we've got the Curse of Nogel. Plus 20 hit points. Huzzah. Save it again, just to be sure.
That's close enough now.
Well, this guy's Australian. Alright, we need to you go and train up. Can you stack these quests? Oh no, you can only do it once. You only get the you only get plus hit points once. You can fail it once for the hit points and then succeed on it to get the 2.5k gold and the prestige and stuff.
That's close enough. Who are you?
Alright, let's see how this goes. We like literally just joined. Like, couldn't we just chill for a while? I don't have any spells or anything this time as well because it like crashed and reverted it. I got in there and put my Lenif on him. It's like melting them all. Look at all the kills. Huzzah! We got more, did I get more spells? I don't know if we got more spells. I haven't died yet. Jesus. Somehow. Got up a level again. Yeah, it does seem like it is maybe better first person. The nip is a very, very slow dot. Yeah, I know, but it does a lot of damage over time though, hey. Oh, crashed again. The crash skip doesn't really do shit. It's crashing more now with the crash skip than it was before. I mean, crash skip stopped at one crash, but yeah. But it is just for me. Like other people have said that it like dramatically changed their experience, and you know, I'm pretty sure I saved it quite soon before that though, so we didn't really lose anything apart from just moving a little bit. Although I don't know, maybe that's you know, the gods' way of telling us that it's time to go to bed. Yeah, maybe I'll maybe we'll leave it there for now. But yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. It's been a good session today. Got quite a bit of Warhammering done. You know, our Chaos Dwarf campaign's going pretty swimmingly. We've got some allies, but we haven't managed to recruit any Chaos Warriors yet. But we should get that happening tomorrow. And also, I've got I've got a lot more armaments. Got a lot more armament production than I normally do, so should be good. Sleep well, my sweet prince. Yeah, you guys sleep well too. My crashes are different from yours, and crash skip is catching them. Yeah, there was one particular one like on the campaign map that it caught. But yeah, these ones are different ones. Yeah. Anyways, guys, thanks a lot for hanging out. I'll see if I can chuck a host over to anybody on YouTube's and Twitch, and then I'm going to go and grab some food and have a bit of a rest. Okay, no one on YouTube. Twitch. Lawbeards? Who's Lawbeard? Is that the Lawbeards that we know? Like the same one that Sotek does? Or the same one that Sotek used to do? I don't know. I don't really know anyone. Whatever. All right, guys. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one.